Ready? Play.
What Ben Shelton can do.
And that's what's scary for every player he's played. It's been interesting watching them play the matches because all Paul, Francis Tiafoe coming into the match think that they're going to win. And in a short period of time, they start having this look of, what's going on? How can I deal with this power and this precision and movement and energy that Shelton's bringing? Djokovic's last match against Taylor Fritz, he did have some second serve issues. And someone that might put a little pressure on the second serve is Ben Shelton.
Nice call, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, he's... I can't believe...
15-13.
Can't believe I'm almost saying this, but people don't think he's got any chance against Djokovic for the most part. We've only played 3 points. He's still looking pretty scary. Now, at some point, Djokovic will dial in the depth where he won't miss too many balls and he'll get it so deep that it might be too tough. But it's difficult to prepare for Shelton. You're not going to get anyone, hey, you know, can you slap me a few 108-mile-an-hour forehands in the corner, please, so I can get used to that?
Yeah, can you be left-handed?
Yes.
Hit the ball really hard on your serve?
Funny thing is, yeah, Goran Ivanisevic is one guy that might be able to. Exactly. I don't know if he still can, but his coach does have a massive lefty serve, or did.
Helped him win Wimbledon.
That's first serve.
Roger Federer believes in this kid about to serve. And he's the first male player sponsored by this company.
15.
When he made his run at the Australian Open, Roger was texting him, congratulating him. There are Ben's parents. You've already heard about Brian Shelton. Wife Lisa. And they are just lovely. Brian, of course, was a player himself. He got to the 4th round of Wimbledon in the 90s. He played the tour from '89 to '97. Brian Shelton was the head coach of the Florida Gators. His kid played for him, and they won the 2021 NC2As. But before that, Brian Shelton had also won a national title with the women's, the Georgia Tech's Yellow Jackets, the women's team. He's the only coach who have won a national title in both men and women's divisions.
Wow.
It's cool.
And he's retired from college coaching.
Well, because he's got this kid who's doing well.
It's a pretty big second serve. He went with the 138 second serve. That'll teach Djokovic to try to take it early.
One game on.
By the way, Ben's mom, Lisa, is part of a tennis family. Todd Witzkin's sister.
There you go. From out of the files, Todd Witzkin.
Yes.
I remember him.
Got to probably right around 20 in the world, Todd Witzkin. I'm not exactly sure of that number. Obviously, Shelton having a little something with his shoulder because he's getting cupped. That's what those bruises are. Well, he had one cupping bruise in his last match. Now he's got two. Started the tournament with none. If he wins this match, the whole arm will be cupped.
Love hold. 2-1 opening set.
Djokovic leads 2-1 first set.
Jimmy, you said after a couple of games of the semifinal, you'd have a sense of where it might go. I'm assuming you're talking about this game right here.
I was talking about his service games. I thought Shelton needed that must have bounced on his side.
15.
Or there would have been way more cheering for that move. Decent serve. The high, deep drop shot rarely works, and it didn't work again. But I wanted to see if Shelton's serve could cause enough angst for Djokovic. If he was making returns with depth right from the start, then I didn't think Shelton was going to have much of a chance. But if he's having a little trouble controlling the return, which he has so far, now you're talking about suddenly Shelton being able to create that pressure of ripping ground strokes. There's another look at John.
Wife having it down the way. 133 gets Shelton to 40-15.
And I like that Shelton's mixing in serve and volley, so that makes Djokovic not be able to necessarily think I can just stroke this deep. He's got to get those down low. So now you're other thought processes.
There's Emily Blunt. If you've never heard of Ben Shelton, it's because he didn't even have a passport until this year. He got to the quarters. And USOpen.org has plenty of stuff on.
Yeah, good job.
Right here, Ben.
Let's go. Let's go, Benny. Let's go, Ben. Right now.
Nice little chat with his dad. He didn't even start playing seriously until he was 11, though he comes from a tennis family. He didn't have a passport until this year. And then he got to the quarters of the Australian Open. He'd never played on clay or grass until this year. That's why his results were a little spotty in between his Australian Open run, which is on hard courts, and now back to the US Open, also on hard courts.
The less well-known reason why he's doing so well suddenly here is that he got new strings.
Oh, that's right.
And it happened just during Cincinnati.
Tell that story.
And I was sitting with his father, Brian, in player dining, and I said, man, he's hitting the ball more consistently than he has. And Brian told me, well, he got this new string and he put it in Cincinnati, and as soon as he started hitting the ball, he told me, Dad, I can't miss a forehand with this string. It all goes in. And whether it does or not, the fact that someone that can hit 108-mile-an-hour forehands thinks they're all going to go in is something that is very helpful, obviously. And it has come to fruition in the last 2 weeks. Well, this game has been a little different for Shelton. So first couple of games, he was actually winning second serve points. Djokovic's second serve points. He was winning the rally. This game, any indifferent shot from Shelton, Djokovic steps in, hits it with depth in the corner, and Shelton's still not quite ready to redirect those type of balls.
Love hold. Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic leads 3-2 first set.
Throw the ball, he's going to run and get it. And you throw it again, he's going to run and go again and again and again. He has a passion for it, he says.
What Djokovic just did there in that rally was interesting and maybe troublesome for Shelton. He backed up so far behind the baseline, further than you normally see Djokovic.
Turn. And he misses that forehand. There goes his string theory.
Yeah, part of that was because he tried to go around the net post. But the problem for Shelton is if Djokovic backs way up like that, you've got to find a way. It takes a little bit of feel, a little angle. You can't just power through somebody that's that far back that moves as well as Djokovic moves. And by the way, that's why Brian Shelton, when you heard him talking to Ben, and he said, you know, he's going to dictate where you serve. So keep your eye on on Novak. If he backs way up, you got to go wide. If he steps in, you go flat tee. Shelton's already panicking, trying to find a way around the defense of Djokovic, at least in this game. Djokovic started and then moved way back for the second.
And Djokovic. Djokovic leads 4-2 first set.
Djokovic has made 4 winners and 1 unforced error. Shelton, 4 winners, 9 unforced errors. Djokovic has broken open this opening set.
Yeah, and 4 of those 9 were in the last game.
Exactly. You see the cupping marks on Ben's left arm. It's an ancient form of therapy. It uses suction to pull on the skin, increase the blood flow, and it can cause those bruises. It generally does. Michael Phelps had him all over his arms at the last couple of Olympics where he swam. Some people say it doesn't really work, but it's been around forever.
Game, Djokovic.
Wow. And make him think ahead. 23 majors, trying for 24.
It's a good line. It's too good. How far back is Djokovic standing compared with the other rounds he's played here?
Well, for second serve returns, he was a foot inside the baseline. And now he's 6.7 feet behind the baseline for Shelton's second serve.
Oh.
Oh, that's getting scary. Shelton's, that was a great wide serve. Again, Djokovic further back, so he's got to cover even more ground. Perfect feel here. And then it's just set up for him. A very comfortable cross-court pass. One thing about big servers that they really don't enjoy at all.
What's that?
It's when you make returns over and over again. They need that safety blanket of just need to crack a couple serves. I'm out of this game. Djokovic has taken that security blanket away from Shelton for now. He might have to go to the 149 variety. I don't know if his shoulder can handle it, but
that one was 135.
Yeah.
It's hard to hit through Novak Djokovic.
It is. We haven't seen anyone really do it. But Shelton's going to have to do the last 2 points. What he did differently is Djokovic is dictating where he serves, which is normally when someone's far back, you serve wide. The last 2 points, he went ahead and served down the tee, and Djokovic wasn't ready for it. And even though Shelton won that point, that was a nasty wide serve that he hit. And Djokovic didn't just get it back, he got it back with depth. That's the problem for Shelton. He's okay if you get it back if it's short, sitting for his forehand.
Another chance for Novak Djokovic to end the set.
That's a shot Shelton needs to develop, is when he's on defense. Well played point that time. When he's on defense, Shelton has the look of, I'm just going to try to hit a winner from here. I don't want to be in this rally. I don't want to be defending. But he does move well.
Yeah.
So he should be going heavy, spinny forehand. Nasty spin up high and get himself right back to neutral in the point. He could do that, but he hasn't had to in his life to this point.
Stayed in. Look at Dad. Their exchanges are always like that, aren't they? A lot of teeth from both of them.
I think Ben just said the next one's mine.
Yeah, he's pleasantly cocky. They want to see a hole, don't they? They got it. Okay.
He threw in the 140. It's interesting because I told Brian before the match when I'd seen the speed that he had served against Tiafoe, which was very 104 to 125, a couple of high 120s. I said he can't do that against Djokovic. I don't think he'll get away with it. He's gonna. And that's when Ben had the look of terror on his face, and I just said, "Okay, good luck." This could be an interesting game against a normal player because triple set point Djokovic had in the last game. Had love 40. But normally when you have a set where you've had set points,
yes, exactly,
and then you don't convert and now you're serving for it, that adds pressure to this game. It's already a nervous game for most players trying to serve out a set. Both players have tried the around the net post play. Both just couldn't quite pull it in. And this was the kind of forehands I'm talking about. When you're in the run, instead of trying to rip it, I didn't mean to hit it with that kind of angle. That seems excessive too, but
just can't seem to win a point on Djokovic's first serve. He's won 15 of 15 of them.
He's due right here.
Okay. There's Novak's wife.
I was almost sort of kidding when I said it, but it did just happen. A rare unforced error from Djokovic. That's just his third.
It's that wide. How about this? Held up all those set points in the last game, and now a chance to get back on serve in this opening set.
What you just saw from Shelton is another thing that he's been doing in this tournament he's never done before, at least at the pro level. He suddenly started throwing up balls with no pace up high, and because players are so accustomed to him banging the ball, all of a sudden they get a little flummoxed when the ball's coming with nothing. And even Djokovic made a couple of unforced errors. You might end up remembering that shot if you're Shelton. He made such a good deep return, and he didn't quite get up to it quickly enough. That ball dropped a little further than it needed to.
Another set point for Novak Djokovic. Yeah, didn't miss by much, man. That was out.
Please. Please.
First set goes to Novak Djokovic.
By 6 games to 3.
Said the 84% first serve percentage from the first set is not sustainable. So
now what?
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, Shelton's forehand in this game. He's hitting the cross-court forehand. It looks very much like Nadal.
The finish.
The finish. The heaviness to it.
30 all.
He's got to find Shelton. That next level for him is to find, you take time away two different ways. Either you hit it very hard or you take it early. Both of those things accomplish taking time away. Sometimes when he has one that he can take early, he's a little, maybe a step too far back and still tries to hit it a billion miles an hour, and often he'll miss that one. There's got to be that understanding of one step further in, maybe a little less power, a little more control. From one step further in, it'll be enough. He still has to find that. He is only 20. He is facing a break point again.
That's a goal of any sport, whether it's football, baseball, tennis, golf. How do you put your opponent in a state of emergency, right? How do you do it? How do you take their time away?
Yeah.
How do you make them, how do you control things so that you're in the moment and not them?
Yes, and Shelton does have, because he has the ability to take time away with just pure power, that's an advantage. Not everyone has that. He's got to get the little subtleties going.
And Djokovic can put Ben Shelton into a state of emergency by getting him back.
With some depth. That's the one thing. Djokovic can get him back with some depth. 144 brings a gasp from the crowd, but that was closer to the baseline than the service line.
That's a big hold, isn't it? This place is roaring for the 20-year-old American Ben Shelton.
Amazingly fun. I'm having fun watching it. I'm not part of this group.
Me too.
So I want to translate what Brian was saying there. What Brian was, his coach and father was saying was, he didn't say it like this because obviously this wouldn't help Ben's confidence. What he's saying is, when you hit one big shot, go running in, because Djokovic isn't going to give you to her. He's going to make the ball back with depth. So he wants Shelton to not give Novak much rhythm. You rip one and come running in all the time, points will be short. Djokovic won't have as much feel. That was the first double fault for Djokovic in the match. This was a remarkable lob from that position. I wasn't sure he was going to get to the drop shot, and not only did he get to it, but he actually put it about as perfect a spot as you could.
Just a gentle reminder that Novak Djokovic is the oldest man to reach the semis here. He's 36 since Jimmy Connors in 1991, when he was 39 years old in this round. Connors lost to Jim Courier, and Edberg ended up winning the whole thing. Djokovic trying to be the oldest to win the U.S. Open since Ken Rosewall did it back in 1970. He was 35.
He also made the finals at 40, Ken Rosewall. Lost to Jimmy Connors, 1974.
He was at Forest Hills. So this is Novak Djokovic's 47th Grand Slam semifinal. That is a record.
He has many records.
He has, and he wants to continue to add to them.
Doesn't want any interloper chasing him down in his lifetime, at least.
I like his chances. There you go.
There was very little string hit on that first overhead from Shelton, but somehow it still went in.
Such a high lob.
Yeah. He got it right the second time, which was a much more difficult overhead.
Good hold.
Shelton leads 2-1, second set, first set.
Spins, and Djokovic is pretty tight, almost the same serve.
Let's first serve.
He hits a whole bunch in that 122, 123.
Hits his spots, doesn't he?
He does. And the other thing you might notice from Djokovic, and I'm not going to tell you to do this as a player, but where he lands on his serve is 3 feet inside the baseline. I always couldn't figure out why his 122 would cause players so much trouble, and I think that's part of taking time away. He's
did it there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he leads his talk. Is that what you're saying?
He's so far in when he lands that it's amazing that he can get back on a deep return, but he can't. It takes an awful lot of push back from where he lands. Couple of unforced errors are creeping in. Djokovic had 2 up until the last game of that first set. I mean, he's still only at 7 for the match, but at least he's giving some looks to Shelton.
Work it. Work it, Ben. That is a rollicking point.
One thing I can tell you is if you come into the net on an indifferent ball to his forehand, get ready to cover your midsection because he's going to hit it a billion miles an hour. Djokovic actually did a pretty good job. But a beautiful close after the overhead. He just sprinted in. There was no hesitation after hitting the overhead. He saw Djokovic was there. And his box is having as much fun as he is.
Yeah, it's so right. It's just joyous. If you're a Shelton, you're having a good day. Of course, if you're a Djokovic, you're probably having a good day too.
Well, you're having a good day on the scoreboard, but you're miserable in every other sense of the word. He's supposed to win. He's got all the going for history, and it's definitely less joy. He's done this a million times already.
Still over on his
2 games
his father's end. So there'll be some chatter in this game, you can imagine. What Brian says about his son is his potential is, in my opinion, limitless. He hasn't really scratched the surface. I just feel he's so many hours shy of someone else his age that's been playing at that level. Brian says of his son, the other players, they've logged a lot more hours. They've experienced a lot more situations on a lot more surfaces. And they've played around the globe for years prior. And Ben's having to catch up with all those experiences. Now, who on this tour is more experienced than the guy returning?
Yeah, nobody. I mean, what's strange is Brian played on the tour. Why didn't he allow his son to have those experiences?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay.
I have the answer.
You have the answer, okay.
At Wimbledon, David Law of the Tennis Podcast had a nice talk with Brian about the decisions he made. He wanted an education for Ben at home. He wanted to develop Ben, says Brian, as a person. At a bricks and mortar school, he said, my wife Lisa and I wanted to have an impact on him every single day. How cool is that? He wanted to develop Ben's character traits. That was very important to them.
I actually agree with that sentiment. Now that he put it that way. And you know, he's not that far behind. He's 20 and the semis of the Open. See, that's the shot where it's overcooked for no real reason. Djokovic 1 for 6 on break chances, and they have been in multiple games where he's had break chances. Here's another couple. And this one with a second serve is going to be difficult for Shelton to get out of.
Did he get it?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He went double slap shot.
30-40.
I mean, the margin for this ball that far back, it has to just barely clear the net. From here, it's got to barely clear. It didn't drop in nicely. Only, 99 on the first one. This one, see, he did temper it. He got it down to 95 when he stepped in.
That shows restraint.
Yes, that was remarkable restraint.
Djokovic leads 3-2, second set, and by 1 set up.
Ben just say, I feel like I have to play outside my limits?
Got to play outside my limits. Yeah. He's been pretty much hitting a very high ceiling so far in this tournament. Now he knows he's got to do more. This is exactly the match that Novak Djokovic wanted to play against a dangerous young opponent. See that too beside Djokovic's name. After this tournament, he'll go back to being #1 again.
What's so impressive for Djokovic is, okay, so in this match, he knew he had to back up, make a lot of balls. But in the rallies when he's serving, he's right up on the baseline. He's hitting with depth. He's not backing up. He's able to control things. That's a perfect example of Shelton hitting some balls that normally get him a short ball to work with. This one would have been normally, he got it short, but he's short and angled outside the court. I mean, the precision, you're right, from Djokovic is unbelievable.
Got it.
How lively is Shelton's arm? That lob looked like it was behind him, and he still managed to snap it with some pace. Take a look at this. It was behind his head, and it still had enough on it that Djokovic was in trouble.
Djokovic holds 4-2 now and is set up. And it is raining. So it's a good thing that ash roof is covered. At the start of this match, it was lightning, and I think, all right, Ben Shelton, lightning.
I know.
Now it's rain.
You got it. You'll get it. You'll get it. Let's go.
Djokovic just, it comes down. His rain continues.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a weather thing.
True. It is coming down right now for Shelton.
Tim Henman. He's watching this thing.
So that's what Brian told Ben to do. You hit one big ball, just sprint in. I don't know how long that will surprise Djokovic. We'll see. Tim Henman was the second best grass court player for many years.
So these two obviously have never played one another before. Do you want to hear what Ben said his mindset was going into this?
Sure.
15.
He said, I think I can bring some things to the table that maybe you don't see in your normal match. I'm definitely going to try to bring some things to the table that are different and hopefully disruptive.
That did work for the first 2 or 3 games. He was disrupting Djokovic. Djokovic made some adjustments, standing further back to return. There he is, way back for a second serve.
Miss it wide.
Such a good move.
He was so tight to the net, wasn't he? It came on him too fast. Watch where Ben is
15,
trying to control it.
That's it.
Those are the kind you normally can make, though. He knew where it was going to be. He guessed right. He's got to use that serve, and he's got to hit the flat one out wide in this deuce court sometimes. He's hitting a kicker out wide, and Djokovic is covering that reasonably well. You're playing Djokovic, not Arias. I mean, you got to do better than that off of that short ball. You got Shelton tried to get fancy here with a little drop shot, and Djokovic was on it in such a hurry. It was ridiculous. He could have hit it with 2 hands if he wanted to. And by the way, forget my idea of hitting it flat hard out wide in the deuce, because he did, and Djokovic made a perfect return. I think that's where it's frustrating for people playing Shelton is Djokovic knew where he was serving that time. He knew it was going out wide, but it was such a good serve and such a good forehand. That even Djokovic couldn't track it down.
Advantage. Shelton.
It's hilarious to look at the player boxes. One guy's up 6-3, 4-2. His box looks as though they're in misery.
That's what I mean. Shelton's box is so
he's
full
down
of
6-3, 4-2, and
yeah,
they're jumping around, having a great time.
Novak acknowledges that sometimes he does abuse his box. But they also seem to know, says Novak, that he's trying to honor them and all the work they do for him. And he gets aggravated when things go wrong.
That was one of the nastiest 82-mile-an-hour serves you'll ever see.
Shelton.
Because of how much it jumped up and out to the right.
That's what we were talking about at the beginning of this semifinal, Jimmy.
Juice.
That Ben can hit so big, so well. And that Novak isn't nervous. He gets aggravated.
Yeah, you were right. That's what you said. He's not gonna get nervous about it. He's gonna get aggravated. And you're right. He has gotten aggravated. Can't be hitting the net if you're Shelton from that far behind the baseline. That's a ball that needs to clear by a couple of feet.
For every ball. Keep moving up. Go, Ben. You got it. There you go, Ben. Let's get it.
The Shelton player box has become my favorite player box.
Yes.
he's down 6-3, 2-4, break point. Staves that off.
As rangy as Djokovic is, that serve,
Yeah.
even for Djokovic, he gets his racket on, but he can't do anything.
Advantage, Djokovic.
All right, I got another serve. Got one box, winning 6-3, 4-2 break point. Looks
Exhausted.
and exasperated. Not sure what to do. You're up a set and a break, and you got a second serve here for 2 break.
Gets that one. He is just so defiant. What a gift.
New balls, please.
On this court a couple of days ago, he took out another American, Taylor Fritz, in straight sets. He wouldn't mind that happening again here.
Djokovic playing at such a high level today. Compared to, I know he beat Taylor Fritz in straight sets. Taylor Fritz is 9 in the world. Djokovic is 20, 30% better today. He's not missing first serves, first of all, much less double faulting. He's only made 8 unforced errors in the match.
Jeez.
Since I said that, he missed the first serve and made an unforced error.
The problem is that one of the problems for Ben is that he's made 27 unforced serves.
Well,
not 9.
Yeah, and I think that stems from what he said. He has to play above his limits.
Yes.
That's going to happen when you feel as though your normal game isn't enough. Well, maybe Djokovic will have a moment where he loses that rhythm on the serve. Give a little bit of a confidence boost to Shelton. Because all of a sudden it does look like that. He just hit that first serve in the falling over position that we saw a little bit against Taylor Fritz. Obviously the problem wasn't that he was falling over, it was the racket's fault. So we'll see if that's the case. Shelton's rackets have already gotten strung. He's coming back. I don't know if he's thinking he needs something tighter for more control to make less errors, or even looser so there's more power. Not sure which direction he went.
Let's first serve.
First ace for Novak Djokovic in this whole match.
Wow.
And look, he's kept Shelton's aces number to 2. Set lead for Djokovic, set away for the championship match.
Djokovic leads by 2 sets.
He could possibly do to extend
Third set.
this men's singles semifinals.
Shelton to serve.
It's a determined look and an amazing volley from Shelton to start the third set. Yeah, he's come out and decided I'm going to start ripping even higher risk. That might happen when you go higher risk.
15.
Ben Shelton says of his serve and volley game that he really wants to improve in that area. He says, I love to go to the net, to be able to use some of my hand skills, athletic skills. Going up to get the ball, to put away smashes. He says it's one of his favorite things to do. Get to the net quickly enough if you're hitting 150-mile-an-hour serves. You're not even giving yourself time to get there.
That is why we don't see certain volleyers anymore. You almost can't. That kick serve in the ad court has worked once or twice at the very beginning of the match, and Djokovic dialed it in, has figured out where it's going to head, and just hasn't worked since. .138 on the second, but again, he's feeling the pressure now that he has to do that. It's not just fun anymore for Shelton right now. At this moment, he's got a almost an angry look. whatever he's doing is still not quite good enough.
Advantage.
Joey
Djokovic.
So Djokovic hurt him and aced him to the forehand. John Bon Jovi again.
Savannah, today's show. What do you mind?
That's a really cool play that Shelton, he has the speed to delay for a second, wait till you're looking at the ball, and then sprint in. And that would make anyone uncomfortable. You never know. You can't just feel as though you're under duress and throw up a ball with a little bit of height, because you don't know if Shelton's going to be running in. Brutally efficient, Djokovic, and because he knows how dangerous Shelton is, there hasn't been even the slightest hint of a letdown. He was up one break and he was getting angry that he wasn't converting the second break in that second set. So, I mean, there has not been 1 second of a loose point from Djokovic.
And spare a thought for his players' box. If he misses a shot, he looks at them like they've committed a fireable offense.
Yes, exactly.
15.
How dare you watch me miss that shot?
They're still around.
First serve.
That's a serve I think Shelton maybe should have utilized a bit in the deuce court, and that is body. He's tried to get him out wide. He's tried to kick it. None of those things have worked. Out wide, Djokovic is Gumby. He's able to reach everything.
Watching how talented this young kid is, it's a lot of fun. And obviously that he's got a very high ceiling. A lot of upside, right? But Jimmy, it just makes me realize how amazingly good Carlos Alcaraz is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, hold on a second, you know? These are two young men.
Same
One of them's
age.
already won 2 majors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Same age, right? But far more experience from the Spaniard. Far more wins, far more everything right now. Ben's just starting.
14-15. Ben Shelton.
Down game. And he's been so efficient to this point. Not from lack of trying from Ben Shelton. He's tried being ultra aggressive. This point he decided, I'm going to stay back and loop high topspin ground strokes. And Djokovic went ahead and hit a 96-mile-an-hour forehand. It didn't look as fast as the Shelton forehands, but radar gun says 96. Don't know the stats off the top of my head, but this is one of the few times they had a relatively long rally that in the end it was Shelton that comes out on top.
What a beautiful sprint he made into the net to get to that shot. My favorite part of the conversation that Brian Shelton had for the tennis podcast with David Law was, he said that he was playing like that and losing when he was a kid. Just going big, going for broke. He came off the court and his dad, who had a much quieter game, was trying to tell him, why did maybe you shouldn't be doing like that. And Ben said, Dad, I just need to grow and get stronger. He had that internal confidence, Brian said, of his kid. And at that point, Brian Shelton said, I knew I needed to help build his self-esteem because he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was capable of. How cool is that?
I mean, it's amazing because it has all worked out. If my kid was missing all kinds of shots, which I saw him play a freshman in college, he wasn't playing number one. He was playing far down in the lineup, Ben. And I remember thinking, wow, he hit some great shots, but he also endangers the crowd with some of the ground strokes that he was hitting. They were so far out. Just the first bit of pressure that was on the Djokovic serve, 15-30. Crowd was into it. 2 great points to get to 15-30, and Djokovic just quietly, calmly takes the next 2 points and is right back where he always seems to be at game point on his own serve. He's only faced 1 break point in the match. Really good. One thing that has impressed me with Shelton today is how much touch he has when he gets up to the net hitting volleys. This was a great passing shot from where Djokovic was. And from the service line to hit that low, perfectly played ball. Djokovic, look at that reaction. Normally he gives you a clap. That time it was more of a, who are you kidding? You can't come up with that.
He's turned on him.
This could be an interesting second serve for Djokovic. He's had one ripped for a winner earlier in this game. Will he go a little bigger and maybe throw up a freebie? He tried to go a little bigger and a let. It's an interesting demeanor to me from Djokovic. It's telling you that he's comfortably winning on the scoreboard, but he's not comfortable. Just wins a deuce point up 2 sets in a break, and he's screaming, come on.
Djokovic leads 3-1.
Was he looking at Shelton while he was yelling that, come on? It looked like he was. Did Shelton say something in the press? It's like, there's no way I can lose to Djokovic.
No, he didn't. And you can go to usopen.org and all the platforms, the social media platforms. You can find out that Rajiv Ram and Joe Salisbury did a three-peat, their 4th major. They beat Ebden and Bopana. The match was played in a beautifully generous spirit. Congrats to Ram and Salisbury.
That's the first time I remember that serve from Shelton today. That was a fake kick. So he tossed the ball as if he was going to hit a kick. Djokovic, who's been on those kick serves all day, was leaning that way. Able to pull it to the backhand and got himself a sitter.
So the net had stopped that thing?
Second serve.
That's one of those lets that nobody hears. It was 142-mile-an-hour second serve for an ace.
What's going to happen if he doesn't hit the net?
I mean,
There we go.
That was kind of awesome because the reason the 142-mile-an-hour serve came was because for the first time in a while, Djokovic stepped up to return from closer. After he saw the 142, he stepped back and he got ace slow and wide. Just those little things for Shelton. He's there comfortably. He knew where Djokovic was going.
He just needs to grow and get stronger, as he explained to his father.
And he just was too strong by about an inch.
He does have hand skills, though, doesn't he?
At times. There's times when he looks amazing, and then there's other times when you think he doesn't have those intangibles.
His 100th U.S. Open singles match. Ben Shelton 7th. There's a lot between those two numbers.
It's amazing how Djokovic, the one break he's had in this set, Shelton led 40-15. He's led 40-15 in this game, and it's now Djokovic break point. Djokovic is not giving an inch a point. There's not a loose point to be played. And the thing about Ben Shelton, he likes to entertain. So occasionally, if he has a lead in the game, he's going to try something fancy. And 143. And that he's paid the price for that.
Slow down, his dad is telling him.
What does that mean?
He's rushing these games, I guess. Eat up that clock a little bit.
Advantage.
Maybe a little too amped up.
Djokovic leads 3-2. Third set and
3 holes away from a straight sets win against Ben Shelton.
Quicker, please. Thank
showing
you.
all the world why he has won so many matches, so many majors. And at 36, he very much intends to keep winning. Up 2 sets, up a break.
That's another example. They're just such little subtle things where Shelton hit such a heavy, big forehand deep in the corner, almost right off the line. He normally gets a short ball. If you make that ball in play, it's short. Djokovic was able to keep it deep. And Shelton's accustomed to when he hits that ball, I know I'm going to finish with the next one. He needed to keep a rally ball going on the next one because it was deep. He doesn't quite have that patience yet. Shot tolerance isn't high enough for somebody like Djokovic, where you really seems impossible to knock him off the court from what we're seeing.
We heard Brian Shelton his dad say slow down.
One unforced error for Djokovic. He's in double digits now for the match. 11. In 2.5 sets.
Djokovic leads 4 games to 2.
You desperately want. You definitely. I'm listening to Brian telling Ben, take away time when you can. It's kind of a mixed message. Take your time, slow down, take time away. The answer is, I don't see answers. But what I desperately want to see is at least 2 more service games for Djokovic. I want Shelton to hold twice and see if Djokovic can just finish this match, play every point. Because he is disgusted every time he misses one today. I mean, different than most of the tournament. He hasn't been this annoyed with an error. I think it's time for a 140 down the tee.
Come on, man. Here we go. Go on here, man.
It takes something special even to win points. I mean, look at this shot.
Here we go, Ben. Give us one here. Let's go, Ben. Come on.
Got it, Ben.
Can I have dinner with the Sheltons tonight? I mean, I know he's probably going to lose this match, but I still want to cross forks with the Sheltons.
Yeah.
Djokovic leads by 4 games to 3, third sets, and by 2 sets to none.
Not even a hint of a letdown in this match. It's been, even first serve, really good, smart serving from Djokovic, making most of his first serve so he doesn't have to deal with the danger that Shelton possesses on the second serve return. That's a great return on the first serve. He didn't let Djokovic get by with just spinning that one in. And if I'm Shelton here, I give Djokovic the serve out wide to the forehand. Do take away his tee serve. He's been using that and getting in a slice short in the court and taking control of the point. So Shelton should be trying to move over and hit it. Crowd desperately. If Shelton can apply a little pressure here, this place will become very loud. Freaking Djokovic always snuffs. Normally he's in the 80-mile-an-hour, 85-mile-an-hour range. He did 104-mile-an-hour second serve there, just sensing what Shelton was thinking.
That's so right. Boy, oh boy.
30-10.
Ben Shelton. That's a lot of work for 1 point.
Well,
Shelton willing to do it, Jimmy.
yeah, well, can he do it, number one? But he did at that point, certainly. He hit about 4 balls off a line throughout that rally and still had to come up with that overhead to secure the point.
That's his 30th shot right there.
Two longest rallies, both of them were won by Shelton.
See if Ben Shelton can even this third set.
He's had one break chance. This is just the second one of the match. Again, take away the tee serve. That's the one that Djokovic hits consistently.
Thank you.
If he beats you with a flat one, why too good?
Please.
I'm Shelton now. I'd run around and try to hit a forehand return as well. Ben Shelton just matured before your eyes. All of a sudden, he had a 30-shot rally, and he had 2 more rallies where he was able to keep the ball in play. I don't know if he'll be able to continue that, but he wasn't capable of that half an hour ago, much less, I mean, an amazing learning curve that Ben Shelton has. Now,
what a nice time for a growth spurt.
Yes, but he's just broken for the first time in the match. You've now got to figure out how to hold serve again. It's not as though you've been holding serve comfortably today, all day long. Don't get overexcited about that and keep this momentum going. amazing overhead. I know it's an overhead, but he had to let it bounce. He's behind the baseline, and still the power that he has, especially on serves and overheads, incredible.
Please.
Was ridiculous.
Oh, this kid.
30-love.
Only 80 miles an hour, but it was perfectly placed on half of the line on the dead run. That was a shot he wasn't able to muster through much of this match, his forehand on the run.
Thank you.
He got that, didn't he?
He got it and hit it around the net post for a winner, which is an amazing shot. And the crowd is...
Come on, give it up for him, guys.
A couple of people clapped. I mean, here's a look.
I mean,
there's a little room. He found the perfect spot. I think the crowd didn't know what happened.
They
almost.
might not have known how great that shot was.
You still feel as though Shelton needs a free point or two here on his serve. He hasn't gotten them in this game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he's managed to
it's very disturbing for both players.
rip a couple of ground stroke winners, but hard to believe he'll get through this game if he doesn't get a free point here on one of these next couple of points.
Let's first serve.
Only 4 aces in the match for Shelton.
Something like that, Jimmy?
That's what he needs. He's going to have to, when Djokovic backs up, he's been too consistently serving wide. So Djokovic is covering the wide serve. You got to still trust that you can catch him down the tee because he'll be leaning the wrong way.
Yellow.
The one serve that Djokovic hasn't hit well is out wide in the ad court to the forehand. This position where Shelton is, it would call for that serve, but he hasn't made it. He's tried it, but he hasn't made it very often. Just to give you a sense of how well Shelton must be playing to be in this position. Djokovic has made 5 unforced errors in the set. Hit 9 winners. And not hit many short balls for Shelton to take control of the point. So this is such an effort from Shelton. And it's Djokovic cracking just a little bit here all of a sudden. The crowd is excited. Shelton's putting his hand to his ear. Let me hear some more. Djokovic hits a winner around the net post. Crickets.
It's a rough crowd. And that goes right.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's gotten slightly affected. We'll see what that little look he just gave, as if, okay, all right, don't panic. Here we go.
Thank you. Place already.
Really good.
30.
Really good. Really good. Come on. Don't get it.
They love the idea of off speed, off speed, off speed. Huge.
Yeah.
Is it called in? I guess not.
I guess not. Set point for Ben Shelton. This place is going to make some noise if he wins this point.
Take away the tee serve, Ben. If he gets you out wide, he gets you out wide. He's missed that serve all match.
Please. Let's proceed.
He got him out wide.
Found it.
Yep.
Juice.
hit the net from that far
Djokovic.
back. Shelton had to lift it.
Two good serves from Novak Djokovic. One set point rubbed away.
Please, during the service motion, be quiet. Thank you. Game on, third set.
Box standing. They are so hot-wired to Novak Djokovic's racket that they know what he wants from them.
Yes. Almost crazy.
That was a circus shot he tried.
But this is where Djokovic's so good. He just dumped that first one down low. That was a great get from Shelton. And this was, I have no chance unless I somehow come up with the 360 sky hook. The one serve he hasn't tried much in the deuce is that sort of right hip with pace. His kick hasn't really bothered Djokovic. That serve wasn't going to get anything done. He's asking, should I stay back or move up? He's decided to stay back. Djokovic doesn't allow Shelton to hit what I would call indifferent serve. So a serve that's just solid, neutral. There's no chance. He's got to hit serves that get him a big edge in the point or get him a free point. So it's time to bring out the 149 in the corner.
Not going to be a problem for a man like Novak Djokovic. He is on a mission.
when I said, can't believe there's many long rallies that Shelton won. Truth is, he's winning all of the long rallies, seemingly. That was another one. He had a shank forehand in the middle of that point that found the court, saves a match point.
Thank you. Let's first serve. Please.
Yeah, they did well raising this kid.
6 games over, third set time.
My only question is, doesn't Novak know that his weakness is his overhead? Why would he take that one out of the air at that point in time?
I know. It was high enough for him to bounce it.
Without question. When he was looking like he was taken out of the air, I almost said, are you crazy? What a great second serve. And Djokovic just too good on the return. It was a great play, really, from Shelton. Just Djokovic had the answer. Mini break right away.
Djokovic.
Should have given him the lob one more time, and now already just 3 points into this tiebreak. No room for error now for Shelton. He's got to win both these serve points. This is going to be a crazy comment, but the one shot that's worked is the absolute flutter nothing ball into the service line where Djokovic should run in and hit a winner, and he's missed that shot. Those are all the unforced errors he's made. He's only made 23 in the match, but 13 of them in this set. It's been of that variety.
Djokovic. Thank you.
Win points against him. Must-win point for Shelton here. That's the only way he can apply a little pressure and then win both of his serve points. Part one. I mean, when he was down 6-3, 6-2, 4-2,
yeah,
I was fairly certain we weren't going to be here much longer.
Another long rally won by the kid.
Yeah, no, as I said, he's improved in the last half hour from where he was before. He couldn't play those type of rallies over and over again. All of a sudden, he is.
5-3. Djokovic.
Another long 21-shot rally won by Shelton. I don't think that's where he wants to make his living still, even though he's done it successfully. He needs a big serve here. Just give him one little breather.
Thank you.
And hope that Djokovic can get a little tight again.
Let's proceed.
Now we're really going to hear from the Sheltons. This is where I need you all, he said.
Thank you. Place the record.
Djokovic holds him off. Unbelievable how tough this guy is. I should start believing at this stage.
6-4 Djokovic.
Match points.
Please.
Novak says no, not yet. Hell of an entertaining match. But it's Djokovic in the final. Head and